Everybody, welcome into this week's edition of the Coach O Show. My name is Ryan Beckman, alongside Coach O himself, Wildcat head football coach Chris Ostrowski. Coming up on this week's show, we take a look back at yet another thrilling football game for the Wildcats. We'll get Coach O's thoughts on the game. We'll take a look at highlights. We'll talk with defensive back Chris Washington and look ahead to their trip down to Canton, Ohio. But Coach, let's talk about the game against Ashland first of all on Saturday. They came in as the number 8 team in the nation, 7-0 on the season. You guys didn't just go toe-to-toe with them. You had them back on their heels and a little nervous, a little frantic on their sideline.
No question. I think it was 7 seconds on the clock. We're still winning. I think our football program has just grown leaps and bounds. I think anyone that's watching this program grow over the last 3 years sees that. I was thrilled with the way our guys went about their effort, how we fought, how we completely stayed united for the whole game, and it was really great to see our players and coaches work as hard as they did. At the same time, we didn't win the game, and this program, I don't want it. We don't want it. Our players don't want coming close to be acceptable. Our expectations are to win, and we've got to find a way to clean some things up to finish the deal.
When we look at the offense, you guys put up 40 points, the most you put up in a game this season, almost 500 yards of total offense, and it seemed after the first couple of drives the offense really settled in, really found a groove, and was really moving that football up and down the field.
I think I think from an offense and defensive perspective, same thing. I think it took a little time to just get used to their size and their speed. Clearly, the best opponent we have faced this year so far. And I think once that happened, we settled in, and our guys really started to execute the plan, and then it just started to flow. And we're a tempo offense, and when we're flowing, it's pretty cool to watch. And our guys were just executing. Our offensive line was physical, and our quarterback play was excellent, and our receivers were good as they always are. And Terrence Dye was great running the football, and Jake Mayon and Aaron Harris, the whole gang, and Eddie Christian factored in, did a great job for us at H-back, and just proud of the guys.
And you look at the defense, their quarterback, freshman of the year last year in the conference, 4 interceptions coming into play, and he throws 3 of them against you guys. I
thought our defense was stunning in the second half. When you consider that we go out and we give up 35 points, and then we shut them out all the way up till the very end on the last drive. Clearly, I thought we did a great job adjusting and changing, and then our players executing the plan. But there was fight, man. I mean, you saw it. We were pound for pound. Our fists were clenched, and we were ready to go. And that's what I want this program to represent. Players are going to play hard and get after it.
All right, we'll take a break here on the Coach O Show. We'll talk with defensive back Chris Washington when we continue.
The Coach O Show is sponsored by
to the Coach O Show. Our guest this week, junior defensive back for the Wildcats, Chris Washington. And Chris, nice to have you on the program.
It's great to be here.
Let's start first of all about the game against Ashland, a tough 41-40 loss, and back-to-back heartbreakers for you guys. But your thoughts on the game on Saturday?
Well, I mean, it was a tough loss, but where the program is now, like we don't want to be like, well, we almost beat Ashland, so that's fine. We want to win. Like, we're not satisfied with just almost winning or being close to winning. We expect to win every game we play.
You had 5 tackles and an interception in the game, but a big interception there in the second half. Take us back to that interception and kind of from your point of view, what you saw and kind of the breakdown of that.
Well, I mean, as I dropped back into my zone, it was actually a perfect play call by the defensive coordinator, but when I seen the ball coming, I was just thinking to myself, just catch the ball, just catch the ball, just catch the ball, repeatedly over again.
Yeah, and now as you guys move forward this week, how do you bounce back? How do you get back into the swing of things and now get set for the game against Walsh?
Well, we take every opponent just the same, so we got the same approach Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday. You got to work just as hard as if for Walsh, for Ashland, Tech, whoever we're playing. So it's another game that we got to take just as serious as the other game.
Tell me about the defensive back group this year. There's a lot of talent there, a lot of great guys in that group. What stands out to you when you think about your position group?
Oh, we all work hard. We all play with a chip on our shoulder. I mean, me as a corner, it's kind of easy playing when I have a safety like Hornback or a safety like Brandon August playing over the top of me. They're great players. And then Keyshawn on the other side, he's a great player. So we all compete. We all push each other to play harder.
Now you're from Florida. How did you find your way up here to Marquette in Northern Michigan?
Coach O, he went to Florida. He recruited me. He's a great guy. I can't, like, after talking to him, I had to come. Like, he just brought me in. What else sold you on this program other than Coach O? Once I saw the dome's nice. I love playing in the dome. It's nothing like it. It's great venue. That's for sure. And you know, as you look ahead, how about in the classroom? What's your major and your focus right now? Well, I'm majoring in construction management. So once I graduate from that, I want to own my own business. Okay, very cool, very cool. And how did you get into football? When did you start picking that up? Well, I started playing football ever since I was 6. And then even before that, like my dad always just take me in the front yard and play catch with me. So it's always been like a lifelong. And who are some of your role models growing up? My dad. He has to be my biggest role model. I look up to him. He's such a great guy. Like he pushes me and on the field, off the field. He taught me so much. I can't replace him with anybody. Still getting advice from him about football? Yeah, I call him before every game, and after every game, I talk to him, and he tells me like pointers that he think I should do, and tells me like stay focused and certain things that help me throughout the game. And your thoughts as you head down to Walsh this weekend? Walsh is actually a really good team that we're not going to take lightly. We have to prepare, and we have to take them just as serious as anyone else. It's the GLIAC. Absolutely. Chris, we appreciate the time, and best of luck this week. Thank you. You bet. That's defensive back Chris Washington. Join us on the Coach O Show. We'll take a break. More right after this. Continue on the Coach O Show. Time now to take a look at highlights from the Wildcats game against Ashland this past Saturday at the Dome. And 5 touchdowns on the day for the Wildcats, number of big plays, lots of offense of highlights this week, Coach. No question. Before we get going, I got to know. Mets or Royals? I'm going with the Mets. I'm sticking with the Mets. I know. There you go. All right, let's go. So obviously it was a good day for us, and our guys really executed. And obviously, as you look at the deal, we're going against a top-tier defense in this league, a top nationally ranked defense, and that's what gives you most feeling of accomplishment from that perspective. But you know, with that being said, guys have to make plays, and any good coach, I'll show you great players. Sure. And you need players to be a good coach, and we are at that stage. And our kids just work so hard and believe and fight, and I'm just so proud of them. And this is a great example. Our offensive line, who's just really doing a great job fighting, and then Shea does a great job to understand some pocket awareness, stay in the pocket and kind of do what he's been taught, and then just makes a play. Just understands that our guys really can make plays, and he kind of throws the ball up there, and Austin Young just makes a great catch, gets in the end zone, and that really started it. And from that moment on, we really had 7 or 8 drives in a row where we were going. Right. Just a great way to get us going off of a good drive. So we drove the ball a little bit on this thing, and again, offensive line fighting, maintains his calm and composure, steps up in a pocket and delivers a strike, and Austin just makes a great play. Just making plays. Absolutely. Plays, and then that was a big score for us right there. Yeah, great catch, and then fights his way into the end zone. Yeah, completely determined. This was a huge deal here. This is 4th down, and we're going for it. And you know, those are the kind of things that kind of get everybody. You know, it's one of those games where you're standing up most of the game. For sure. And we had a plan, and we were going. We just understood, and we were going to get after it. And if you look at this thing from a football perspective, it's a 7-man protection, so we felt pretty good we were going to protect them. And then we were going to run some combinations. And I think he had a couple places to go with the football, and he kind of put one up in the back corner there and threw it to Keandre. And you know, I talk about Keandre every week. I'm just so proud of the man he's becoming. Forget about the football and the things, just the man he's becoming. And when you see this other view, you see how special of a catch this is. Again, Shea kind of gets the ball up in the air, and I mean that's pretty good right there. That is really good. That's pretty good right there, and that's a heck of a play, and well, just a little bit better than you. And that's a great catch, and that was a big score for us at that moment. It helps when the receiver's 6'3" as well. Yeah, it certainly does. It certainly does. As we get rolling here, this was really late in the game.
about 3 minutes left, and this was the score to put us ahead. And my goodness, if I could have stopped time here, Ryan, I probably would have told them to get down and let's run a couple more plays. But, you know, of course you got to score touchdowns. And this is a freshman that's got such an amazing future here, and just a good boy, and someone that's going to be what this school is all about here as we go on, and just really a great representation of us, Jake Mayon, and gets in the end zone. It was a heck of a run for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Had a huge hole to run through as well. Offensive line doing their job.
No question. And a good cutback, and gets vertical, and he's in the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the day, the offensive line overall was phenomenal.
It was special. Yeah. It was a special day for the whole group. We get rolling here as we go, and again, we're in a little bit of a different set for us. And I can't tell you how proud I am of Terrence Dye. Yeah. He's a senior for us. He's got 3 games left. I'm going to miss him. He's just a great kid. And talk about making people miss, being determined, doing the things that great tailbacks do. And this was a great example, and just gets himself in the end zone. And that was a huge score for us. I believe that was right at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just guys making plays once again for the Cats.
Guys making plays.
Touchdown.
Yep, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a phenomenal day from the offensive standpoint, that's for sure. We'll take a break here on the Coach O Show. We come back, we'll take a look at the defensive highlights from the game against Ashland. That's when we return.
The Coach O Show is sponsored by
on the Coach O Show as we continue looking at highlights from the Wildcats game against Ashland, as we turn our attention now to the defensive highlights. A sack, 3 interceptions on the day for the defense. So some highlights to choose from, that's for sure, Coach.
Yeah, you know, I thought a heck of an effort versus a really good offense. You know, the one thing that's clear for me that we've been pounding home is our culture as a program. And I think for us here, Wildcat football represents great unity, and for me, the offense marries the defense is married to the offense, and we do things that are indicative of doing it the same. And we want to be fast, and we want to be physical, we want to be downhill, we want to put pressure on people. And I thought we made Ashland really terribly uncomfortable, especially in that second half.
Absolutely.
And this is just a great example of a player just making a play. You know, we're kind of in a base deal there, and we're just making him get the ball out of his hand in a hurry, and he's trying to throw it right over the top. Doesn't make a great throw, and then Chris does a heck of a job of making that pick at its high point. And it's just making a play in the end zone, and that's a huge moment. And you know, when you're turning the football over, I think how many turnovers they have?
Had 3.
They had 3, and how many do we have?
None.
We had none.
Yeah.
And that's a clear sign that things are going right. And that's a huge pick in a moment where they were on the verge of scoring. Just great pick for us there.
Yeah, and that was their first drive of the second half as well. It really kind of changed the momentum.
It was huge. You know, and we talk about that, how important the first drive of the second half is from a defensive and offensive perspective. We get going later in the game here, and again, let's go. Let's be relentless in our approach. And Dante Holmes, who's a senior for us, and just been a heck of a kid, just a wonderful kid, and we're going to miss him in 3 weeks. For sure, but we got 3 more weeks, and we're going to enjoy him. And this is him just playing with great leverage and pad level and going to get it, and an exciting pick for us in a big moment. I see this, bang, we'll fumble the football, scoop and score. We should have got that, but he made a heck of a play. And you know, Ashland got on that bus, plane, however they got here, and they knew they were getting out of here in a hurry.
Yeah, they couldn't leave Marquette fast enough.
No, there's no doubt about it. And that's a huge play for me. And I talk about this all the time. When you see a defense make a play and there's a bunch of green helmets around, that means they're playing with great effort. They understand that, and we've got guys covering guys and people flying around, and just a really good football play for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
As we get matched up here, and this is kind of the last play, the last clip we got. We're in a man coverage deal here where we're playing with one high safety, and he's got to almost simulate being like a center fielder in baseball. Sure. And Julian Hornbeck does a great job here, and he's kind of just reading the quarterback's eyes, and he kind of get a jump on things, and does a great jump on the football, and then it makes a heck of a pick right there. And that's what this thing's about, trying to get some pressure on the quarterback, puts the ball up in the air, and a really good pick, and that's a heck of a play for us right now.
Yeah, just a great read by Julian Hornbeck on that.
No question, just playing center field and reading the ball in the air and making plays.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about Julian this year. We talked with him a couple of weeks ago on the show, and you know, just his growth this year, moving back to the defensive back position, just been phenomenal. Second on the team in tackles.
You know, he's a hybrid player for us, and was a you know, an outside linebacker, safety type player, and then we moved him back to safety, and you know, he was part of our original recruiting class, and he's a redshirt junior and is just having a heck of a career here at Northern, and he'll continue to have many big moments for us.
How about the guy we had on the show a little bit earlier, Chris Washington?
I never heard of him.
No, never?
Chris is a kid, comes from St. Thomas Aquinas, which is in Fort Lauderdale there, and it's probably over the last 20 years produced more NFL players than any school in the nation, and he was a starter there and a great player there. Actually a teammate with Joey Bosa, who's the D lineman now for Ohio State. They're big time defensive lineman, and he's come in, he's been a freshman starter, true freshman starter, and continues to get better in the role, and is becoming a leader in the program, and I love him. I expect great things from him, and we've got another year, so he's got some time.
Absolutely, Coach, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look ahead to the Wildcats matchup with Walsh on Saturday night. That's when we return here on the Coach O Show. Welcome back to the Coach O Show as we head to the final segment tonight. Wildcats getting set for a road trip down to Canton, Ohio, taking on the Walsh Cavaliers Saturday night under the lights. Coach, night game and a long trip up for you guys, taking on a pretty good Walsh Cavalier football team.
No, there's no question about it. You know, long trip. There's no question about that. Good football team. Really good on the defensive front. Real multiple on offense, and pretty good special teams. And I mean, they've lost a couple overtime games, and they could be in the midst of being a 4, 5, 6 win team right now. So, like always, you know, we're going to have to be really good to win. And you know, it's time to go and get a GLIAC win on the road. I mean, it's more about us than who we're playing. Sure. And that's a critical component to what's next for us as a program. And we understand that. It's a cool venue. It's the Hall of Fame Stadium there. It's right adjacent to the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. I guess it's 12, 13, 14 hours. I mean, it's a long way. It's Saturday night at 8 o'clock, which is a late kickoff for us. But we're going to just take it one day at a time, take an honest approach to our preparation, and then get on the bus Friday and go down there.
How have you seen the guys respond this week in practice as they get set
right back to work as always? I mean, there's been no real significant change from week 2 to week 3 to week 9. I mean, we're just our guys are programmed, and they understand the importance of each day and the preparation each day. And from a staff perspective, everybody's working as hard as they can and doing the things that we've been doing.
Let's talk a bit more about the defense and about the takeaways. You guys are, I think, 4th in the conference in interceptions, and I think tied for 5th in fumble recoveries. And I know we talk about that being one of the big keys is you know, straighting turnovers, and the Cats have done a nice job of that.
Yeah, you know, I think our athleticism is really good, and I think we swarm to the football. And when you're athletic and you can run and you run into the football and you tend to create turnovers, and that's a mark of a really good defense, is a defense that is able to get the ball. And right now our turnover ratio has never been better in regards to certainly our 3 years of running the program. And you know, usually that leads to great things, and that's going to continue to be a theme for us.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. Good luck on Saturday.
Go Cats.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for this week's edition of the Coach O Show. We're back next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. So long.
The Coach O Show is sponsored by